Coach, we got off to a terrible start, just absolutely could not find the basket, and it didn't get much better the rest of the way.
No, did not. As always, and as it always will be, is all on me. We're so far from being tough enough, physically, emotionally, mentally. Does not resemble one of our teams. Does not resemble in how they respond. And that's on me. It's on me. Either I didn't recruit correctly or I've not trained correctly, but either way, it's on me. So I apologize to everybody that was here. I apologize to anybody that had to watch that. I apologize to anybody out watch the stream. That is not reflective of what we have put on the floor for the last 28-plus years. So you can get beat, but we got beat, just soft. We weren't tough enough to move the ball. We weren't tough enough to hit open shot. We weren't tough enough to and then we just started doing wild stuff. So we just broke down every way you can break down. We probably got enough stops. We probably even got enough rebounds to have a chance to win, but we were completely dysfunctional offensively because, you just looked in people's eyes. It just wasn't there. So, but it's been that way. I've been saying it coming into today with my team. I've tried to address it. And, you're the big meanie in the room. World all tells you pretty. Even though there's been a number of performances here the second half of the year have not been. And today, Logan was a tougher basketball team. They're more physical. They just chested us. There wasn't anything, confusing. They chested us at every spot. They set some decent screens, but mostly, they just made some plays one-on-one. Like I said, we probably had enough stops. We had some breakdowns that we shouldn't have, and it's hard to continue to defend when you just did nothing offensively. But, I'm a little disappointed, defensively. I thought there was times our bigs need to step over and make a play for us when it was right in front of their face, and they let them go stick it right in their mouth. And there's a few things where we broke down. But, their team is going to score the ball. And, if you keep them to 70 or under, you're probably going to have to go get you 70 points to beat them. And, we weren't capable of that.
I thought in the second half we came out with a little bit of renewed energy, and there for about 3 minutes we kind of got back in the game. We got it down to a 10-point game, and then it just went flat again.
We got it down to 10, and then we had guys that we depend on. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but we had guys we depend on that then went out when we had a chance to get them feeling it, right, for the first time. With plenty of time. It was only 17 minutes left. There was a timeout. We cut to 10. They called timeout. And we had 3 defensive breakdowns in a row. Guys, the same guy did it twice, just opened up the gate and let him go to the basket. One was for a 3-point play. And that took 2 people because, their 5 can't make a shot outside of 3 foot. So, we're able to play a one-man zone with the 5, and then, he helps, and then we're supposed to tag him to take so he can't get a roll. So when they're driving on that strong side and get all the way to the basket, it was not only the guy who was guarding the ball that got whipped, but then our big guy who's sitting there supposedly waiting on it wasn't there. And so then they got back up 14, and we missed a couple of little shots. We had in the second half, we get the ball where we wanted. We got the ball around the basket as it was. We just, there's guys that we trust and depend on. And just, you trust and depend on. At this level, if you're playing that jersey of Vince Sims, there's a certain level you got to rise up and get done. I've said this, and I've said this to our team. Our guys like it when, they're at Vince Sims, when everybody gives them attention. They like when the recruiters call them. But right now, I don't know that we have guys that like the job. If you're that guy and you're going to get all this, you're supposed to be the guy that rises up and makes the plays and gives us strength and shows that, right? We got a lot of dudes that haven't shied away from, they'll post stuff on social media and talk about how, they're getting recruited and all that kind of stuff. But then when the moment comes, they don't look like they want the moment. And that's opposite. You got to be the guy who wants the moment, and then all those things come. And I think we've had that a little backward for a while. So we'll see if today was good for us. We'll see if, now these guys got to look in the same mirror I've been looking at with them for the last, 3 or 4 weeks. I've had the same, kind of message. I've seen this coming. But today, it was seen by the world.
Well, we've got to travel to Lincoln Trail on Wednesday night. They are 10-6 playing at Lakeland today, and they've got the region's leading scorer in Michael White at 20.3 per game. They're going to be a formidable team to play on their own floor.
Oh, if we're going to score 17 points and a half, there's not very many people we can play against. They played man-to-man defense and chested us up. And, they would just switch any exchange away with our guards. And they pushed on us with their chest. That's it. I mean, there wasn't anything else. I mean, that's what was being done. And, we might have touched some people on some screens in the second half occasionally, but not hard. We didn't touch a soul in the first half. I mean, there was not a screen set. Got a lot of things we call screens. There's a lot of sets that we call with screen actions. Most of them all do. If you watch this game film, I dare you to show me where we hit a person in the first half. I mean, it just didn't. So, you get kind of acclimated to the fact that I don't have to do certain things, and I still get all the attention, and I still get all the, the accolades, and everybody around you tells you you're pretty, and if coach says something, well, coach is mean. There wasn't a shock. I think most people, if you sit and watch me a lot of the day, I was down here with my legs crossed and looking at Coach Davis like, hey, here's where it is. And if anybody'd like to tell me, we got a lot of guys that want to go Division I. If you can tell me where we would call actions for somebody that was going to perform like a Division I player today, I'll take that into advisement and I'll try to design things around that person, because I didn't really have anybody, and we didn't run stuff real well in the first half, but they didn't get the ball around the rim. He just never finished. And we got kickouts, probably had 6, 7 wide open threes, of which nobody hit one. I mean, none. And, you can't go backward and win a game. You got to have to go make plays and do things. And, I don't know if that means guys need to get in the gym more. I couldn't tell you, man. I mean, like I told these guys, I said, hey, man, this is year 29. We've been pretty darn good. You're being put in the same positions that the guys for the last 28 and a half years been put in. If you can't get to the level, then you're not the level. And today we didn't have the level. So I'm going to see if I can find somebody, but I'm not going to find them. They're going to tell me. And if somebody wants to tell me that they're going to play with enough strength and toughness and want to set a screen, Dave, we, at 38 and a half minutes in the second half, had 0 points from the post. None. 0. We did not have a point. I think late Mala hit a couple free throws after missing several. But
yeah, he was 3 for 6.
At the end, he hit them. But to that point in time, no matter whatever we had, and a lot of the game plan night, we were going to go at them down there because we needed to do that. We did not have a bucket. So, again, that's on me. I'm obviously not coaching it well enough, teaching it well enough, getting guys to rise up and play the way we have had guys in the past well enough. And so it's always on me. I mean, whatever it means, whether it means we didn't bring in good enough players, whether it means that we didn't coach them well enough, or it's a combination of it, it's my responsibility for us to be much better than we were today. But I do think we got a lot of guys on this team that need to look in the mirror, and if you want to continue to get the attention you've got, and you like to get the attention that you get from playing at Vincennes, and, all the accolades and all the good things and all the scholarship opportunities and et cetera, then you need to get a little bit tougher and start rising up and getting your job done, because this was the first loss the second semester. But offensively, particularly, we have not been at our level at all the majority of the second semester. And, we've talked about it, but we've just left it there. One of the true signs of toughness, commitment, personal toughness, is your ability to step up there and hit a free throw. You go to the gym, it's just you.
And this was one of our better free throw shooting games.
But right there in the second half, we just, again, you get guys going up there, we get actually quality plays, you can't make it. But that's been that way all year. So underneath all the victories and all the good stuff and all things, there's been an undercurrent of, all this stuff where we need to get tougher, work harder, stand up tougher, has been silly. Coach is silly. He's a silly man. He's won about 82% of his games for all these years, but he's a silly man, right? Well, I think most everything I said about the way it works today was exactly what went on. And, we'll see if we got people that need this bad enough. I use that term a lot. Do we need it? Do we need it bad enough to set a good screen? Do we need it bad enough to go up there and get strong off 2 feet and finish a play? Do we need it bad enough to get in there and work until we're going to hit that shot when it gets kicked back out? Do we need it enough? Because you either do or you don't. And if you don't, all those nice little accolades they've been getting, they go away. And they should go away because you get them because you got it done. So I'm going to go in here and see if I can figure out how to get some of these guys to figure out that the stuff we've been telling them was right, and the toughness level they got to get to is right. And at the end of the day, all the excuses and all the stuff won't matter. You have to go out there. Today, we were out-toughed. Congratulations, Coach Smith-Peters. He has got his team tougher, more physical, more focused, more determined since we saw them last. And today they were more of those things than us. I feel very badly about that because we've prided ourselves on that over the years. And that's my job, and I apologize to everyone.